Ines de la Fressange is the embodiment of effortless Parisian chic, graceful, sophisticated, and endlessly stylish at 66. But what makes her look so timeless and effortlessly elegant? Today, I'm revealing the secrets behind her signature style, the subtle yet powerful details that give her that unmistakable French allure. These are the styling principles that Ines swears by but rarely explains, the elements that set her apart without ever looking overdone. Mastering these will transform the way you approach fashion, helping you achieve that effortless, polished look that defines true Parisian elegance. 1. The timeless allure of nonchalance. There is an art to dressing that looks effortless yet sophisticated, and Ines de la Fressange embodies this philosophy with remarkable ease. At 66, she remains the epitome of that coveted Parisian nonchalance, an attitude that speaks of confidence, ease, and an innate understanding of style that cannot be forced. The key to her approach is an intentional lack of rigidity, a way of dressing that feels lived in yet polished. You'll notice that she never appears overly styled or constrained by trends. Instead, her outfits suggest a life of spontaneous elegance, a narrative of someone who dresses for herself, not for approval. She has mastered the balance between comfort and refinement, where fabrics drape naturally and proportions are considered but never calculated. This philosophy extends beyond fashion and into an entire way of being, one that suggests a deep familiarity with oneself and a rejection of excess. Her choices lean toward the classics, but always with a touch of irreverence, a slightly undone sleeve, a loosened button, a playful mix of accessories. 2. The mastery of monochrome with a playful twist. If there is one thing that sets Ines apart, it's her ability to wield monochrome dressing without veering into monotony. She understands that a monochromatic look isn't about uniformity, but about variation, mixing textures, playing with cuts, and incorporating slight nuances in tone. Her preference for navy over black is a prime example of this strategy, as navy carries a certain richness and depth while remaining as versatile as its darker counterpart. She might pair a structured navy blazer with a softer cashmere sweater underneath, creating an interplay between form and fluidity. And then, just when you think the ensemble is completely harmonious, she adds a playful or unexpected element, perhaps a bright red bag, a polka-dotted scarf, or a subtle glimmer of gold in her jewellery. These details inject energy into her look without overpowering its refined simplicity. She avoids the pitfalls of excessive coordination, instead allowing her accessories and details to offer a touch of surprise, a small but deliberate deviation from expectation. 3. The subtle power of menswear influences. There's something about borrowing from menswear that adds instant credibility to a look, and Ines de la Fressange knows this well. She has long embraced the structure and crispness of tailoring, yet she wears it in a way that never feels borrowed. It's always distinctly hers. The secret lies in how she softens these elements. A blazer, for instance, is rarely worn in a corporate or restrictive manner. Instead, it is effortlessly draped over the shoulders or styled with a pair of well-loved loafers, creating a balance between strength and approachability. The same goes for her love of classic shirts. She never wears them stiffly buttoned up. Rather, they are slightly unbuttoned at the collar, the cuffs casually rolled up, as if she has just stepped out of an afternoon in a Parisian cafe. This infusion of casual elegance prevents her from looking overly formal. The key takeaway is how she integrates structure without allowing it to dominate, resulting in an easeful, lived-in aesthetic that retains an undeniable sophistication. 4. Denim, but make it chic. Denim is not just casual wear in Ines' wardrobe, it's an essential element of refined style. She approaches denim with the same discerning eye she applies to every other piece in her wardrobe. Quality, fit, and attitude matter more than anything else. You'll never see her in over-embellished or distressed jeans. Instead, her denim selections are about clean lines, flattering silhouettes, and an inherent elegance. Whether it's a perfectly cut pair of straight-leg jeans or subtly cropped trousers, they always align with her philosophy of balance. She often pairs denim with more elevated pieces, a silk blouse, a structured blazer, or a classic trench coat, allowing it to act as a grounding element rather than the focal point of the outfit. What's remarkable about her approach is the way she makes denim feel like a natural extension of her style rather than an attempt to appear youthful. She proves that denim, when chosen and styled thoughtfully, is not about chasing trends but about creating an adaptable, enduring wardrobe. 5. The iconic ballet, flat and loafer aesthetic. Shoes can define an entire outfit, and Ines has long championed two silhouettes that perfectly encapsulate her refined yet approachable style: the ballet flat and the loafer. The ballet flat, with its delicate yet practical form, speaks of Parisian charm and timeless femininity. It is neither overly dainty nor uncomfortably rigid. Rather, it is the ideal midpoint between grace and function. Whether in classic black, rich cognac, or a subtle metallic, this shoe seamlessly integrates into her wardrobe, allowing her to move effortlessly through the city without sacrificing elegance. The loafer, on the other hand, brings a touch of androgyny, structured, slightly preppy, yet undeniably chic. It has an intellectual air, a nod to an understated luxury that does not rely on high heels to feel refined. The brilliance of her shoe choices is that they are always practical without being utilitarian, proving that style and comfort are not mutually exclusive, but rather, when well executed, beautifully complementary. 6. The effortless romance of feminine details. Despite her love of tailoring and clean lines, Ines never shies away from subtle femininity. She masterfully incorporates soft, romantic details without allowing them to become overtly delicate or overly stylized. A billowy blouse with intricate lace detailing, a silk scarf tied just so, a slight ruffle on an otherwise structured shirt. These elements introduce a quiet sense of romance without veering into excessive embellishment. Her approach to femininity is never saccharine. Rather, it is controlled and intentional. Even when she wears a floral print, it is never overwhelming. It appears in muted tones, restrained silhouettes, or as an accent rather than the entire composition. This ability to weave romance into her style without surrendering to frilliness is part of what makes her aesthetic so compelling. It's a reminder that elegance does not have to be stark or severe. It can be soft and inviting, without losing its sense of purpose. 7. The power of signature accessories. One of the most defining aspects of Ines' style is her approach to accessories. She doesn't pile them on recklessly, nor does she adhere to a strict minimalist philosophy. Instead, she finds a perfect middle ground, using accessories as an extension of her personal style rather than a mere addition. A classic silk scarf tied with an air of nonchalance instantly elevates even the simplest outfit. Her jewellery choices lean toward the subtle yet meaningful, delicate gold chains, simple stud earrings, and the occasional statement bracelet, that never feels out of place. And of course, there's the structured bag, often timeless in shape, never overly adorned, yet always undeniably chic. Her accessories tell a story of a woman who knows herself, who understands the impact of well-chosen details, and who never feels the need to overcompensate. This selective approach allows her to maintain the effortless aura she is so well known for. 8. The art of unapologetic individualism. Above all, what makes Ines de la Fressange so captivating is her unwavering commitment to individualism. She does not chase trends. Rather, she refines and reinterprets her own style over time. This sense of self-assurance is evident in the way she dresses, never overly polished, never trying too hard, yet always unmistakably stylish. She understands that true style is not about seeking validation, but about cultivating a sense of self that is reflected in what one wears. Her choices are not dictated by age, but by personal taste and lifestyle, proving that style is not about rigid rules, but about an ongoing conversation with oneself. It is this authenticity, this ability to dress in a way that feels entirely her own, that makes her an enduring icon of Parisian elegance.